welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, hello, my name is Choua, and on my channel I do updates about my lifestyle, health, food, and beauty. And today we are going to be doing a Project 10 use update for the month of July, and we are going to be rolling things in for the month of August. And I am really excited because I feel like for the month of July, although I was really busy with work and personal life matters, I was still able to sit down and just put some makeup on, play with makeup, and still be adventurous. So I am really happy and excited that I was still able to keep the momentum with makeup going, even though I was really busy. And if you have been watching some of my updates already, you would know that I start with my ColourPop lippy sticks, and in the month of July I had Cami and Love Life as my lippy sticks to work on, and I have reached 10 uses for both of these. I am going to swatch them a little bit here so that you'll be able to see, and also I want to see how different these lippy sticks are compared to the ones that I will be rolling in for the month of August. They are so lovely. I actually really enjoyed both of these quite a lot. This is Love Life and then this is Cami. Both are matte lippy sticks. I really thoroughly enjoyed this a lot. I wore a lot of very brownie, pinky kind of looks in the month of July, and I didn't think Love Life, which is this red here, would go well with it, but it does with a brown liner. And then Cami is just a really nice nudie pink, and I really enjoy that as well. So these will stay in my collection. These are rolling out, but these will stay in my collection, and potentially some lippy sticks in the future for me to pan. Next is my Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand in a Light. This is in my project pan now. I have rolled this into a long-term kind of project, but I rolled this into a project 10 use before I rolled it into my project pan, and so I'm sort of kind of double dipping, but that's okay. This is the first time I'm kind of doing that, and I did get 10 use out of this, and so I am also going to be rolling this out. And then I have a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This is 3rd Street. This is a really nice golden shadow. So I made my room a little bit brighter so you can possibly see it. This is just a swatch from when I did my makeup this morning, but this is 3rd Street. It's a very nice golden yellow shadow. This is how it looks like in the packaging. Really nice. I have used this 7 times, so I did not reach the 10 use goal this month, which is fine because, you know, there are just days where I just didn't want to wear this. I wanted to wear other things as my eyeshadow topper, so I'm okay with keeping this in for another month. 3 more uses in August should be easy enough. I zoomed y'all back out. But I feel like for the month of July, I was really feeling the pinks and brown neutrals as my main eye look for the month. So I didn't really play with a whole lot of color. I did, but I didn't play as often as I did in June. And I feel like in August, it's also going to be a pretty busy month for me since I will be traveling a little bit. And so I think reaching for more pinks and brownie nudes are going to be, or not nudes, brownie neutrals are going to be my go-to as well. So I feel confident that I'm going to be able to reach the 10 use in August for that. Next is my Anastasia Beverly Hills blush stick in Pink Dahlia. This one I have also hit 10 uses on. This is such a beautiful blush. I thoroughly enjoy this a lot in the month of July. Really like it. And like I said, I've been really into more muted, natural looking makeup looks. So this blush, it just goes well with all of my makeup looks, and I just really like it. And the blend is amazing, the longevity is amazing, so I really like this. I'm glad I was able to give it some more love because that blush stick have been neglected this year. I feel like I haven't really used it this year. Be able to have the blush in my project and then be able to work through it a little bit more, I feel a little bit better about it, and I'm a little bit more satisfied with the amount of use I got out of it. Next is a highlight Magic City. This is a part of my Ofra Mini Mix palette. Bienvenidos a Miami. It is this highlight right here, and it is a really, really gorgeous highlight. So pretty. I have used this quite a lot too. I used this 11 times actually. And this is a really, really nice highlight to really build on top of the cheeks to make it intense, or just brush it over the cheeks for a very nice, healthy glow. So I actually really, really like this. It's nice for kind of like an everyday makeup look, and it does go really well with all of my makeup looks that I created in the month of July. So I'm really glad I was able to get some more use out of this and just be able to get through some of my highlights and see what are my preferred highlights to reach for and what are the ones that I am debating of whether or not to keep in my collection. So that's why I really, really like this project because of that. Next is my Ciate Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island. I have used this 10 times. Really, really nice bronzer. It's a really nice light one as well. I don't know if swatching it is going to do anything because it's not showing too drastically on my skin, but it's right here. These were really, really nice cheek products to roll in together because they went together so well. But this is the Ciate bronzer. It's a nice light bronzer where when I am wearing my cream bronzers, I could just use this to really set my cream bronzers down, and it doesn't add too much muddiness or too much depth and dimension into my cheeks. Okay, next is my dry shampoo. I have officially reached 10 uses on this. So for the month of for the month of May, I used it twice, and then for the month of June, I used it 6 times. And then for the month of July, I use it twice. So I only needed to use it 2 more times to reach 10 uses, which is what I did. And I am just glad to be able to reach 10 uses and roll this out finally, because it has been in for 3 months. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, it's not really a dry shampoo formula or packaging that I prefer, but I am still just going to keep it in my hair care collection to just get through. And I'm just glad I'm able to kind of give it a little bit of love and use it 10 times before rolling it out. Next is my Farrah gel liner in Burnt Purple. This is a really beautiful liner, and for the month of June, I used it 3 times, and then for the month of July, I used it 4 times. So we have 7 uses on this liner, which is really nice dark purple. And this one, I am fine keeping it in for another month, just because again, in the month of July, I've been reaching for more neutral toned kind of looks. I didn't really do a whole lot of looks that really requires a purple liner, so I'm fine with that. I used it 4 times already, and I'm hoping that in the month of August we'll be able to get 3 more uses to reach that 10 use goal. And the last item I'm going to talk about for the month of July is my About Face Skin Perfector. What is this? The Performer Skin Focused Foundation in LM2. I have used this 7 times in the month of June and 3 times in the month of July to reach 10 uses. And I really, really, really like this foundation. I had to stop myself from using it more than, the times I wanted to, just because I really want to savor this foundation because it's currently my favorite right now. And I don't want to go through it too fast to the point where I won't have it in my collection, if that makes sense. So I'm really, really glad that we're able to have 8 rollouts. 2 are staying in, which is fine. But now let's talk about my August roll-ins. Alright, so for the August roll-ins, we're gonna start with my ColourPop Lippy Sticks. I have Goldie and Casanova rolled in. Of course, again, my husband random picked these, so I don't have really any control over it. I did take out 2 lippy sticks that were more fall appropriate out, but other than that, he randomly picked it. So this one is Goldie. It's a very nice, dark, brownie, reddish kind of lip. And then this is Casanova, which is kind of like a hot pink sort of lip. Goldie is a kind of like a dark bricky red, and it's a matte finish, and then Casanova is a cream finish. So the formulas are a little different, very, very different colors too. So we shall see how that goes with the month of August. I don't know how these are going to look together. I don't know how I'm going to be wearing these yet, but I'm excited to just try them out. I'm a little nervous for Casanova, which is this bright pink, because I don't usually wear lips like this. So I don't know, maybe I'll use it as a blush too and see how that works. But as of right now, I'm just going to roll it in and hopefully reach for it the X amount of times that I need to for this project. And I am going to be rolling in another ColourPop Super Shock shadow. This is my shadow in Empire. It's a green shadow. I randomly generated this too. I have a little wheel app on my phone where I have my Super Shock shadow shades in one, and I just random generated. So it's this one right here. It's a nice green shadow. It's a really colorful one. I wish this was rolled in for the month of like October or November or even December, but we got it earlier this year, which is fine. I'm gonna play around with this, and you know, honestly, this is gold and this is green, so I could probably put these together in a look and see how they pair with each other. Next, I am going to be rolling in my Lucky Chick Radiant Glow Illuminizer. This is a brand new product. I have not worn this on the face yet. This is my second time swatching it on camera. And oh, that's actually quite a lot. I don't know where I'm going to swatch this, so I'm just gonna swatch it on the palm. I pumped out a little bit too much, I feel like. But this can be used as a liquid highlighter, or I can mix this in with my more matte finished foundation formulas and be able to give it a little bit more of like an illuminizing look. So I'm excited to just roll this in and use it a little bit and get to know it, since it is a new product. I have not used it at all yet. Next, I'm going to be rolling in a blush. This is my Il Makiage Mineral Baked Blush in the shade Bootylicious. This is a really nice summer shade, really nice pink. I think it's kind of similar to my Project Pan blush. But that's okay. I just really want to roll this blush in because I've had it in my collection for a while. I think I put it in my collection. Like what am I saying? I brought it out of my BoxyCharm stash and then I rolled it into my collection. And it has been sitting in my collection for about a year and a half now. And no, not a year and a half. It's been sitting in my collection for about 6 months now, I believe. I don't know, I'm getting my timelines mixed up. But I haven't played with this blush all too much. I wore this yesterday with no foundation or anything. I just put it on a plain face and it wore beautifully. It stayed on the cheeks beautifully. So I'm excited to get some use out of this. Okay, next I am going to roll in another shade from my Ofra palette here. And I'm gonna roll in this bronzer up on top. This is the bronzer Cafecito. So I'm gonna roll this bronzer in and play around with it a little bit more. I think it's just because I want to get to know the shades in this palette. And so in order to do that, I'm just going to keep rolling in the shades until I have played with all of them. It's a little bit darker than my Ciate bronzer that was rolled in last month. And that's okay because I feel like in the month of August, I am going to be in the sun a little bit more. So I'm expecting to be a little tanner. So I think this bronzer would be a really nice color to put on the cheeks and the face and the body and just have it, you know, help myself look tanned and glowy. And so another shade from this palette is going to be rolled in. A lip product I am going to be rolling in is my AOA I Heart Dew lip oil in the shade Glow. This comes off clear on my lips, so even though this shade looks orange in the packaging, it's clear to me. It doesn't have any like really dramatic color payoff. I just want to get to know this a little bit more. I've only worn this twice so far since I brought it into my collection. This year's the year where I test to see if I am a lip oil or a lip gloss girl, and I just want to get to know this a little bit more to help me, you know, determine that. And the last thing we are going to be rolling in for the month August is a complexion product. This is my CoverGirl. This is my CoverGirl Olay Simply Ageless 3-in-1 foundation in buff beige. I am rolling this in because I've only worn this twice. The first time I wore it, I didn't know how it sat on my skin because I didn't check in the mirror before I washed it off. And then the second time, I checked a couple times throughout the day, but I forgot to check at the end of the day again. So I am going to roll this in to get 10 uses out of this, just so I have the chances to wear with different products, layer with different products, and get to know the formula a little bit more to see if it's something that I would like to keep in my collection in the future. Yeah, so that is the last one. I just feel like today is just one of those days where I am just trying to rush to do a lot of things, so excuse me for talking really fast. Hopefully, you know, you don't have a hard time understanding me. But for the month of August, I am really excited to work through what I have, because some of these things I can see myself packing it into my bag when I travel, and some of these things I'm excited to just really experiment with. So the month of August is going to be a fun month, I feel like, and I'm just excited to be able to give you another update in August to report back on how I feel about these products and how many uses I got out of them within the month. Anyways, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for just being here and listening to me talk about my makeup and my Project 10 use updates. If you like what you see, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below on what you would like to see next. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!